What's up, guys? Today I got a spicy beer to try, and we're gonna jump right into it. It's Abita's Louisiana Spiced. I've not tried it yet. We're gonna jump into it. It looks like it's not filtered clean. So it's got all kinds of stuff in the bottom. You can't really see it from here, but there's chunks in there. I see it. We're going to crack this thing open and jump into it. Because, I like all things spicy, and I find a spicy craft beer, I got to try, I've tried different ones in the past, and so far I think one of my favorites to this point is the Ballast Point Sculpin Habanero. We're going to read this. Crack it open here. Read a little bit to you about it. It says, in Louisiana, we have spice in our food, in our lives, and in our beer, too. With hints of celery, paprika, lemon peel, bay leaves, and a pinch of cayenne, this ale has a savory quality of a crawfish broil. We've hopped it up with Cascades for citrus flavor, refreshing, crisp, and lightly sweet, with enough kick to keep the party going. Well, we'll find out. I dig the spice. We'll go ahead and pour this thing and find out what it's all about. It's kind of like a dirty blonde, almost a golden type. All kinds of chunks of who knows what in there, man. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'll try to see if you guys see the chunks. They're kind of settling down to the bottom now. Let's see if we can get a good view of that. It's kind of hard, but it is not clean filtered. It's got different things in there. I don't mind that at all. Not a huge head on it. I do smell like a hint of bay leaf, maybe a little bit of celery. Yeah, it's kind of like a dank, almost dirty water smell, man. But, we're going to jump into it and try it out, what the heck. So, cheers. This is the Louisiana Spiced Ale from Abita. Here we go. Yeah, kind of like a typical ale. Tiny bit of dryness, but actually I do taste the celery in there, and that's quite unique. Not a bad beer at all. I can see, like, where they come off the flavor, like they call it crawfish boil down in Louisiana. Here in Georgia, we have a low country boil. Basically, we put shrimp, corn, sausage, potatoes, boil it up, throw in some Old Bay seasoning, and I can see kind of the similarity in the flavor of the Old Bay with this, but it's not overpowering. Yeah, light, tiny bit of citrus notes in the background, and that's probably from the Cascade hops. Really not getting any kind of spice at all. The paprika's a powder. Typically that's not spicy at all. There are a few varieties, but most of the paprika varieties aren't spicy. Cayenne is typically a very mild, low spice. I mean, there are some varieties that are bred to be a little hotter, but not really getting a whole bunch. I'm going to take a few more swigs and see if I can, kind of taste it. But maybe there's a tiny note of spiciness now in the back, right back here. But it's nothing, not even a burn. It's maybe like a tingle, and it could be from something else in the beer. but I don't taste the chilies in it at all. I would say this is a not on any level like the Ballast Point Sculpin Habanero. Not even close. This is like a late spring summer beer. It's somewhat refreshing. Something you could sip on while you throw the fishing pole in the water. You know, chilling out. It's not bad. It's not the best thing I've ever had. It's not the worst thing either. I would say it's kind of middle of the road. It's definitely worth trying, you know. So if you guys have a beer store somewhere local and you want to try it, it's not bad. It's definitely got little particles in there, but it's not chunky or anything where you'd really taste it. But yeah, it's okay. Like I say, I do get the little back end of the celery, which is somewhat unique and kind of refreshing a little bit. You know, some people do not dig celery and probably won't like this beer, but you know, when I'm eating hot wings, I'm always eating the celery and the ranch that goes along with everything. So I dig celery and ranch, and I like spicy, so it kind of works with the spice and the celery. I dig what they're trying to do with this. Not a bad beer. Would I buy it again? I probably would. Just as, you know, I wouldn't drink, you know, 3 or 4 in a sitting, but I would have one maybe while I'm grilling out or something like that, just chilling. I do feel like a little tiny tingle, but there's no burn at all or anything like that. But it's not a bad beer. It's worth trying. If you're a chili head and you're into craft beer, you know, it's worth trying. It's not, like I said, it's not super hot. It's not even hot. You get a slight little tingle, but it's you kind of get a little bit of the Louisiana style crawfish boil with some of the, you know, celery and the spice. You know, I wouldn't say it's like drinking, you know, a cup of Old Bay seasoning beer. Not even close. But it is refreshing. It is light. Not real hoppy. Not super dry at all. Just a nice even dryness across the top of the tongue. And quite, I mean, it is refreshing. Don't get me wrong, but it tastes good. And with that said, I'm going to leave you out with a little Cajun music. And I'm going to finish this up and off to the next thing for today. If I can get the music started. To all my Louisiana chili heads out there, cheers. I know a lot of them are in New York City for the New York City Hot Sauce Expo. Cheers, and if you're not, keep it spicy, my friends. We'll see you later.